Hello foodies. Welcome back to my channel Tasty Treats by Nikki to the English series of my recipes. And yes, today we are making the most viral gram, or you can say social media recipe, Arabian pudding. Now you'll think that I have named it as Turkish Arabian pudding. Why? Wait. I will explain you the whole story behind this recipe. Before we get into the story, let's start the making of the recipe. So here I am just chopping my pistachios, or you can say sharpening them, just as we used to sharpen our pencils in the school. And look at that, they are so well chopped, just perfect thin. Keeping them aside, now we are going to empty a 250 ml box of cream into a bowl. So the whole cream I am going to take here, the whole box, as in mix it nicely so that everything is well combined. You know, this cream box, it has 3 layers mainly inside. One is just watery cream, the second layer is a little thick and water cream, and the last layer, as you can see, is just the thick cream in it. So if you are not able to mix it in the box itself, no worries, remove it in a vessel and mix it nicely, and your cream is ready to be used. So mixing it all nicely. Once the cream is nicely mixed and done, we are going to add in condensed milk. So here I have added half cup of condensed milk. Again, mix it nicely and properly so that both the ingredients, the cream and the condensed milk, is nicely well combined. Now let me explain you the story behind this recipe. Everybody whoever made the recipe just made it and did not exactly know the story and the concept behind this recipe. So this recipe authentically belongs to Turkey. Yes, it belongs to Turkey. This is not exactly an Arabian dish. This is a Turkish dish which was invented in Turkey. Now, how dishes or flavors travel is because some people who travel to other cities and all, they get those flavors and those dishes to their places. Same has happened with this dish. So there was an Arabian guy, a restaurant owner, who visited Turkey for the first time. And when he had this there, so this is not a very famous, or this is not a very high fundu dish in Turkey. This is just a normal dish that everybody makes it in their houses. So he tried it there and he loved the idea of this recipe. So he got it with himself. So here for this recipe I am using this caramel pudding mix that you easily get in the market. You can see this. It contains 2 packets inside. One is this powder and the other is this sauce that you have in the packet. So this is of no use to us. We are not going to use the sauce, the chocolate sauce. We are just going to use the mix. I'll continue the story, do not worry. Let me tell you what all I have done. I have lined up my bread into the baking tray, kept it aside. I have boiled this milk, just one boil, added condensed milk to the boiled milk, and now I am going to mix it. And same now only we are going to add the caramel mix to this. Now when the Turkey people used to make this, you know, they have a tradition of making everything in the house. Yes, they make their own breads, they make their own juices with fruits and all. They extract juices from the fruit like pomegranate juice or apple juice, or you can say grapes juice. They even make their own buttermilk and lassi at home. They don't buy it mostly. So this is the authenticity going on since ages. So this how the dish is actually made in Turkey is that they use cream, definitely. They also make the condensed milk at home only. Now when at that period when there was no condensed milk, Yes, there was no condensed milk at that period. So what they used to do, they used to add sweetened milk. They used to pakao the milk with some sugar and they used to add it to the cream. So this was the authentic way of making the dish. They used to make the breads at home. They used to line up the bread. They used to add the cream. The way you can see I am layering the cream on the bread, exactly the same way. And instead of using the caramel mix, the pudding mixture, because that was not at all invented at that point of time. So yes, they used to add cornstarch slurry to the milk to make it thicken. Okay, so that was how this authentic Turkish pudding used to be made. And when this person from this Arab person from Arabia, he went there, he tried the dish and he loved it so much that he got it to his own restaurant in Arab. And there in the restaurant, he named the dish as Arabian pudding. He did not add turkey with that thing. So he named it as Arabian pudding, and from there this dish started up, and it got its identity. So this is the story behind this dish. If you all did not know it, you all know it now, and also you will love the dish when you try it. So as you can see in the video, I have completed the first layer of bread and cream. I am adding in the second layer of bread and cream. Nicely spread the cream properly on the bread so that the bread soaks properly. The bread will soak the cream properly if you spread it properly and nicely. The milk is on the boiling point over there on the gas. We have to give it 2 to 3 boils on the gas. Now I am not going to add whole of the cream here. I am going to save some for the last topping of it. So I am not going to use the whole of the cream here. So the second layer also is done. Now we are going to let it rest for some time. Okay, we are not going to pour the mix on it. Just we are going to leave the bread to rest for 5 to 10 minutes. Till then we are going to go and check on the milk on the gas. So here you can see this has got 1 boil. We are going to give it more 2 boils so that the mixture is mixed properly with the milk, and the milk will then start thickening up a little. So the first boil was done. This is the second boil. Keep stirring the milk, otherwise it will go and stick to the bottom. Okay. Now goes the final boil on the milk and we are done. Just going to turn off the flame and take it out from the gas. We are going to add it as soon as we remove it from the gas. Yes, we are going to add it hot itself on the bread. So the breads coated with the cream have been resting for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now I am pouring the mixture, the caramel mixture onto the bread. This is basically a Turkish dish that got its identity from the Arabs. So the authentic name of this dish is Turkish Arabian pudding. See, now when you pour the pudding mixture on it, the milk on it, you will see that the bread will start floating on it. Do not worry at all. Just press it a little and it will be all perfect. Now we are going to let it rest for another 15 minutes. After the rest of 15 minutes, we are going to top it up with the remaining cream and condensed milk mixture. So here I am adding the final coating or the final layer of the cream on the pudding. Spread it nicely we are going to garnish it with the pistachios that we chopped in the beginning of the video. So you saw that sharpener that I had for chopping the pistachios. I use it for all my dry fruits and it works amazing. So that particular gadget, I had got it from Meesho. So I will definitely attach the link of that product in the captions below the description. You can click on that and you can order it for yourself. And look at that, our delicious Turkish Arabian pudding is ready. Now after everything, you have to freeze it, like keep it in the refrigerator, not the freezer, just the refrigerator for about 3 to 4 hours, and then serve it chilled. So now this will go into the refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours. Now I'm going to refrigerate this for 3 to 4 hours and then we will see later. So it has been in the fridge for 4 hours now. Let's cut out a piece and see how it looks. Just have a look at this delicious pudding. Oh my god, this looks amazing. The pudding has set completely. It has set nicely. It looks beautiful and tempting at the same time. This is one of those dishes that became a big hit after my mystery glass recipe from the last Ramdan recipes. So this is the recipe that I have got compliments that please do make it again, twice or thrice. So I was like, okay, why not? I'll just cut it out and I'll show you all how it looks. Look at that. It just looks like a cake, you see? It just looks like a cake. I have not tried that Alia Bhatt ka famous milk cake from that Lato cafe, but I have tried this, and this is, I am so sure this will be way far better than that milk cake. So do try the recipe. This was deliciously yummy. Look at the texture. Everything is so nice and proper. The cream and all the layers are seen nicely. So do try the recipe and comment down your feedback about the recipe, and also like the video, share the video as much as you can with your friends, with your families and your enemies. Also, before going, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching the recipe. Do try the recipe. Waiting for your feedbacks.